Hello, this case study is in regards to Lisa Baniski, and I am the only child raised in a lower middle class. My parents owned their own small restaurant. I started helping at early age. I graduated with my bachelor degree. I got my first job as a teacher in high school. As soon as I graduated from college, I got married and became pregnant by my first child. After marriage, I became overwhelmed by trying to adapt to new role as a wife and teacher. While learning um, while learning that I was pregnant, I decided to put on hold my teaching career with the mindset of going back in a few years after raising my daughter. After having my first child, my husband and I started to encounter new challenges in life, such as the expenses that we did not prepare for, such as daycare, food for the baby, the rent. So all these expenses that we did not calculate, it was becoming too much for us. My husband and I couldn't afford it, and we decided to move to my parent house. The house was very crowded, but we were happy that we was close to my parents, and they supported us with our children, with my daughter. Uh, Years later, my husband got promoted and gave him the opportunity to start saving and to move to our new apartment. So during that process, once again, I became pregnant for the second time. At this time, we were still struggling financially. So therefore, I decided to go to apply for a job in a school setting for substitute teaching, which I really enjoyed doing my job. And when the opportunity came along, I was able to become I became full time. I was able to find a full time position in that school, um, and I also started my master degree. And my husband and I were very my husband was very supportive of my decision. He did help me a lot with the household chore. He spent a lot of quality time with my kids, with my girls. He was able to do what or to support me while I was teaching, and I was also doing my master degree. We both were working, and we was able to gather ourselves and become financially stable. So we was able to buy our new house. um, Everyone looked it was good, everything was going great. I got my new house. um, Everyone looked up to me like I was a great teacher. I had a support from my mother, and my children was happy that the grandparent was raising them, and they was very close, attentive to their needs. Um, so that was the everything was going great. Everything was happening the way that should happen. We was very grateful. The financial stability was there, so everyone was happy until my husband was seriously injured in an automobile accident. Uh, so for several weeks he was in the hospital, and then 6 more weeks he was in the rehabilitation center. I started realizing that he was a great support for us. He was a very supportive husband. He was there for our kids. He was doing the house chore. He was handling everything. Then this accident happened, so everything fall on me and everything fall on my kids as well. And at the same time, my father passed away. Then my mother came to live with us. I was very concerned about her. She was becoming depressed. My mother was not eating. She was not sleeping, and she was not interacting outside of her environment. My older daughter, Gladly, was recently engaged. I was helping her to plan her wedding. My youngest daughter, she struggled to finish her college year, and she couldn't even pay her rent. So now she asking us to help her throughout the process of her struggling to pay her rent. So now my husband and I, we are thinking about if we should continue paying her rent or if we should ask her to come in, so that she can so that we don't feel that financial burden on us. But while everything was happening and we felt that we was defeated and nothing was going right, um during my husband recovery, then maybe a few years later, we started to gather ourselves back. We was able to bounce back financially. My husband and I was work together. Um, so I had the support from my family, and they also support for our own children. They was there to help us to grasp everything that was falling down. My husband and I, we gave the support. We became stronger as a family unit. We became supported to each other. And one good news was that my husband, when he was able to return back to work, he got a promotion to a higher position. I was offered a position as a vice principal at the school, but I turned it down because I do enjoy the classroom setting, and I love it. I love to be around educating people, giving back to them. So I love the policy part of the school setting. So I wanted it to be very busy with the community, so with the students, teaching them. So that's what I love, and I'm glad that at my 50, I was able to feel that a fulfillment in my life because I felt like we accomplished a lot in life. We accomplished everything that we needed to do so far. I was able to raise my kids. My mother's living with me. I am happily with my husband, and we are financially stable. So this is great. So, and my kids are grown. So now it is time for me to do my own life and to continue serving the community.